the Chairman of Council, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the Vice President, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, the leadership of the National Assembly, executive governors here present, distinguished members of Council, and the family of the late former President Muhammadu Buhari. There are days when we govern, there are days when we serve, and there are days, rare, sacred, when we reflect. Today, as one of those solemn days, a day of remembrance, a day of gratitude, a day of national reflection, a day to pay our respect and our tribute to the man of the people, for the people, and by the people. Great nations are built by leaders who plant trees under whose shade they will never sit. Today we honor His Excellency, the late former President, Muhammadu Buhari, a man who sowed seed of institutional resilience and compassion for the marginalized, knowing that the harvest will outlast his tenure. Yet, as we pause to remember his service, we also recognize this truth. The best way to honor a legacy is not by dwelling on it, but by building on it with courage. Under your leadership, Mr. Chairman, we are doing just that, honoring the past by empowering the future. It is with profound sense of privilege that I speak today, having served under the former late President Buhari as an implementer, and now at the highest level of policy making under the able leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. This rare opportunity has given me a singular perspective to witness how leadership, though different in style, can share an unshakable commitment to Nigerians' most vulnerable and our underserved. It has been said that a nation is judged by how it treats its most vulnerable population. In governance, some are remembered for what they built, but the late President Muhammadu Buhari will be remembered not only for what he built, but for the lives he touched, the people he stood for. He deepened our institutions and strengthened Nigerian sovereignty. He advanced humanitarian response for the underserved population, offering dignity to the displaced, survivors of trafficking, the refugees, and other on the margins. He saw them, he listened, and he acted. As the Director General of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, the NAPTIP, I had the honor of leading the fight against human trafficking. With his support, Nigeria was elevated from the US Tier 2 watch list to Tier 2, a pivotal achievement that averted sanctions and restored our global credibility. Later, as the Federal Commissioner, the CEO of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons, the NCFRMI, I saw a president who carried the burden of displacement as a personal mission. Against all odds, he ensured the signing of the NCFRMI Act of 2022, a historic milestone that came after 8 failed attempts and over 14 years of delay. This historic leap gave a legal backing and institutionalized hope for millions of persons of concern, our refugees, the migrants, and the internally displaced persons in Nigeria. One moment stood out vividly, less than 48 hours before leaving office. The late former president sat in these same chambers and virtually commissioned several resettlement cities built for our displaced citizens. He said, I quote, "These people have been through so much. If all I do is give them a place to call home, I am at peace." It was a simple sentence, but profound, and a reflection of who he was and the depth of his compassion. Yet, Mr. Chairman, legacies are not preserved by wishes alone. They are preserved by action. Today, under your visionary leadership and the Renewed Hope agenda, we are writing the next chapter. We are not only building on the late former president's foundation, which recognizes women as the heartbeat of the nation, but we are accelerating it. The strategic inclusion of women, children, and vulnerable groups have moved from policy to priority, from blueprints to budget lines, from economic empowerment to social protection and development. This administration has widened the scope, deepened the scale, and fast-tracked the delivery of inclusive governance. Your Excellency, Mr. Chairman, permit me on behalf of the Nigerian people, especially the women and vulnerable groups whose lives he touched, extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, Your Excellency, for the honor, dignity, and the personal presence you brought to the commemoration of the late President Muhammadu Buhari's passing. Your leadership during this time, your personal presence, your commitment to ensuring a befitting burial for him has not gone unnoticed. This is not just a gesture of state. It is a mark of character and continuity, and we thank you Mr. President. As we honor his memory, we also affirm that his legacy is not a relic of the past. It is a living force, propelling Nigeria forward under your guidance, Mr. President. May this knowledge comfort his family, comfort the nation, and continue to inspire us all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower his mercy on Baba Buhari. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive his shortcomings, reward his sacrifice, and grant him eternal peace in alternative Firdaus. Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. Next is Engineer David Umahi, Minister of Works.